In the day's other news, a new bipartisan immigration bill was floated, but President Trump quickly shot it down. Republican John McCain and Democrat Chris Coons called for a pathway to citizenship for immigrants illegally brought here as children. They also included better border security, but not funding for a border wall. The president said any deal that doesn't include a wall is a total waste of time. Former sports doctor Larry Nassar was sentenced today for a third and final time. He was ordered to serve from 40 to 125 years in prison for molesting girls and young women at a training club. Nassar appeared in court in Lansing, Michigan, after listening to dozens of victims speak the last week. Before the judge handed down the sentence to him, Nassar read an apology.
The words expressed by everyone that has spoken, including the parents, have impacted me to my innermost core. With that being said, I understand and acknowledge that it pales in comparison to the pain, trauma, and emotions that you are feeling. It's impossible to convey the depth and breadth of how sorry I am to each and every one involved.
Nassar is 54 years old. He's already been sentenced to up to 175 years in another sexual abuse case and a separate 60-year term for child pornography. Pope Francis faces new questions about his insistence that no victims of a pedophile priest in Chile ever came forward to denounce an alleged cover-up. The Associated Press reports the pontiff received a letter in 2015 detailing sexual and psychological abuse by the priest and accusing a bishop of hiding it. Juan Carlos Cruz says he was a victim of the abuse and the author of the letter.
To hear him say that nobody had ever approached him or let him know about this, it's pretty incredible. I was saddened. And at the same time, I couldn't believe how someone so high up, like the Pope himself, could lie about this.
Last week, Pope Francis sent the Catholic Church's top sexual abuse investigator to Chile to look into claims about the bishop. The Vatican said new information had emerged. In Iraq, U.S. troops are beginning to withdraw now that Baghdad has declared victory over the Islamic State. An Iraqi government spokesman and Western contractors say American soldiers are being shifted to Afghanistan. As of late September, some 9,000 U.S. troops were in Iraq. A senior Iraqi official says about 4,000 will remain to train Iraq's military. Back in this country, Jerome Powell was sworn in today as the 16th chairman of the Federal Reserve. The former investment banker and Fed board member succeeds Janet Yellen. She served one term, but President Trump declined to offer her a second. And the Philadelphia Eagles returned home from Minnesota today with their first Super Bowl trophy ever. They beat the favored New England Patriots last night, 41-33, to claim the National Football League championship. We'll have a full report later in the program.